Hello YouTube, it is Amanda again, and I have some very exciting news. I am starting Science Week here at A Scientist Reads, and part of the theme for this week of science and book-related recommendations is the Nobel Prize announcements that start today. I am starting book recommendations based on each of the Nobel Prize categories, as well as some fun life and science videos. So one of the common criticisms that I get from students back when I taught was that, why do I have to learn this? I'm never going to use this, and I want to start a video series that will be the science around you that you never realized existed. And that's going to start this week too, so Tonks is helping. So let's get started. Today I'm going to recommend some books that I have read in today's Nobel Prize category, which is physiology or medicine. As you all know, my husband is actually a doctor of physiology. That's what his degree is in. And he studies neuroscience and gut-brain interaction now. So we're going to get to those topics later. But today I want to start with my first book recommendation for the category of medicine. And this is about the 1918 flu pandemic. All disease-causing outbreaks has been a sort of fascination of mine for a very long time. I actually work in drug discovery now, so this is something that I've allowed to proliferate through my life, and I want to share one of the first books that I read on the 1918 flu pandemic. So if you are wondering when a virus is labeled, what H1N1 actually stands for and how this naming convention became a thing and how you track a virus and track it back to its origin, this book is wonderful for that. It has a lot of good scientific information, and granted, I did read this book many years ago at this point, but it's still one that I think about and that I recommend to friends who like medical related topics. And the name of the book is Flu, the Story of the Great Influenza Pandemic of 1918 and the Search for the Virus that Caused It. This is the better of the books that I've read on this subject. The second recommendation based on this same topic would be The Great Influenza, the Story of the Deadliest Pandemic in History. It is a little less factual based. It reiterates a lot of information, though not in as detailed of a way as Flu does. But it's also a good sort of companion read for the first book. So if you read Flu first and then The Great Influenza next, I think those pair really well. It's really early and I have not had any caffeine. The next book that I want to recommend is called Partners of the Heart, and this is the autobiography of Vivien T. If you aren't sure who he is the acclaimed surgeon from, I believe the name of the movie is Something God Made, and it talks about the search for a surgery to cure blue baby syndrome. And why I think this book is a great recommendation, and is also another one that I have read, is Vivien T. was an African-American male in the United States during the Great Depression. He dropped out of school to take care of his family. He found a position as a laboratory assistant, and he, like much of science, wasn't given credit for a lot of the discoveries that the person he worked for claimed until much later in his life, even though everyone knew he was an integral part of the laboratory, and he's the one who actually pioneered a lot of the techniques that other people won awards for. So I think that this would be great, not only because it gives an account of what it's like during the Depression as an African-American male, but it also sort of skews out into his life, the academic setting, laboratory practices, development of surgery, and it has a companion movie, so after the book you can always follow up with the movie. And my last recommendation is actually on my TBR as well, and that is Emperor of All Maladies, a biography of cancer. I know most of my science friends have read this, even those that aren't really big readers, so that's why this is an interesting novel for me. I believe it won a few awards as well, and I've never heard anything bad about it, so I'm recommending 3 books that I have actually read, and then one that I would like to read with you if you like. And every day this week I'm going to try to post another science related video, and I have the Science of Beer coming out soon. So I will see you tomorrow. there's going to be a lot of videos this week, and I have a very, very special announcement next weekend. So I hope you keep up with all of these little videos because they're related to my special announcement next Sunday. I will see you soon. Bye.